6 Killer Kim and the Great Train Heist. In the vast expanse of the state of Texas, where the sun sets like a fiery ball of vengeance and the wind carries whispers of untold riches, there was a band of ruthless murderers and thieves known as the Shadow Bandits. Led by the infamous 6 Killer Kim, a woman as deadly as she was beautiful, they were feared and respected throughout the frontier for their daring heists and their uncanny ability to evade capture. For the last 4 weeks, 6 Killer Kim has been planning their most audacious heist yet, the robbery of the heavily guarded train that carries bonds from the Federal Reserve to the banks of the West. It was a risky job, with the train heavily guarded and the tracks well patrolled, but 6 Killer Kim was not one to shy away from a challenge, and she knew that the potential payoff was too great to ignore. The first step in their plan was to scout out the train's route and identify the best location for the robbery. 6 Killer Kim and a select few of her most trusted lieutenants spent days riding the rails, observing the train's schedule and the patterns of the guards. They knew that they would have to strike fast and without mercy if they were to have any hope of success. With the information they had gathered, 6 Killer Kim and her gang set about planning the robbery in meticulous detail. They knew that they would need to act quickly, planting dynamite to blow up the tracks and derail the train before overpowering the guards and making off with the bonds. On the day of the robbery, the Shadow Bandits split into 2 groups. One group, led by 6 Killer Kim herself, would plant the dynamite and derail the train. The other group would lie in wait, ready to ambush the guards and secure the bonds. As the train approached the predetermined location, 6 Killer Kim and her group sprang into action. They planted the dynamite along the tracks and lit the fuse, then took cover and waited for the explosion. As the dynamite exploded with a deafening roar, sending debris flying and the train careening off the tracks, 6 Killer Kim and her group rushed forward, guns drawn. The guards were caught off guard, their guns drawn but useless against the onslaught of the Shadow Bandits. In a matter of minutes, the Shadow Bandits had overwhelmed the guards and secured the bonds, but their victory was short-lived as they knew that the law would soon be on their trail. As they rode off into the sunset, bonds in hand, 6 Killer Kim knew that the shadow of the law would always be looming over them. She also knew that as long as they rode together, the Shadow Bandits would always be one step ahead, a ghostly presence on the edges of the Wild West, feared and respected by all who crossed their path.